Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to have a very sensitive and emotional conversation that surrounds money, especially for us black children or product of black children in our African society, and that is black tax. So we are going to define, let me just try and define to you if you have not heard about what is black tax or black taxation. So I'm going to define it in the Urban Dictionary. It defines black tax as money that black people or young black professional have to give back at home to their extended family. That could be your mother, your father, your sister, your grandparents, because they raised you or they put you into school, and now it's your turn to help them out because they are not capable, or they utilize all the resources they had when they were schooling you. So I'm not here, I want to make this very clear, I'm not here to rebuke black taxation. I am a product of black taxation. I still do black taxation, and I love it in some sort of way, and sometimes it can be something else that we are going to discuss today. So I want to give you a very small scenario. So for example, have you ever been in a situation whereby one of your family member is expecting some cash from you end month, and you promise by end month you're going to give them some cash, but when that time comes, they call you, you ignore the call? Most of us have. Yes, I am part of it, because sometimes you're like, yeah, I'm supposed to help them, but it happens. Why? Sometimes because the money that we have can only take care of us or take care of our family or do the small project that we have. But when it comes to another extended family, it becomes a hassle. So you have to help them out. You have to help yourself out. You have to take care of your family. Like, sometimes it can be too much. And I want to be, again, very clear. I'm not here to rebuke black taxation. It's okay to help, but in some sort of way we help. Sorry, don't mind my dog. Clyde. So in some sort of way, it's good to help, but what does that thing do to you as a black person, especially if you're not earning good money? Because most of us between the age of 25 to 35, not most of them earn more than 100,000 shillings in Kenya. So whatever we are having or whatever we take home from our jobs can only take care of us, take care of a small family that we have, the 2 children, your wife, and probably do a small project or save for a small project that you are planning to do. Clyde, shut up. Sorry. Clyde. Oh, he's barking at the children. So what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? I want us to look at black tax. It's a good thing, yes, but trust me, there's someone else who feels like black tax is a burden to them. And what are those things that we black children who are undergoing black taxation, what can we do so that we can be able to take care of ourselves and take care of them, because they are our responsibility in some sort of way. My mother right now, I feel as if she's my responsibility. I need to help her every month, but there are those things that we can be able to do as black people so that we can take care of them at the same time we are taking care of us. Look at it in this scenario. You have probably a sibling that you're taking care of in college. You have your mother who you are supposed to take care of every month, and probably your grandmother or your uncle is expecting something, and you have your own family to take care of. It becomes a burden. Yes, it becomes a burden. I'm going to discuss black tax into 3 ways. Okay, before even we go on, money conversation can be very, very sensitive, especially for young black family. If you have your wife and your kids, have you ever been in a scenario whereby you're sending money every month to your siblings or to your mother, and then your husband or your wife is complaining you are sending too much money in you're sending them too much money, and that money can be used to do something else, and now you start doing it secretly. It's called black tax. That is what called black tax. It's a very hard conversation, because when you come to me as my spouse and you tell me that you're sending too much money, I'll tell you, but this mother that I'm sending to, he's the reason as to why I'm here. She's the reason as to why I'm having this job. You see, and the same case happened to a man, because you feel like you need to take care of them. Because when you take care of them, you feel responsible, and it's such a honor. But sometimes it can be a burden to the family that you have, and especially if you're not earning good money. Do you have that uncle who told you, ukimaliza shule, umlete CV? You bring for them the CV and they're going to look for you a job. Until today, they have never given you that job, because they don't care about black taxation. But some of us who cares about black taxation, we are affected in different ways. So I want to discuss this into 3 concepts. A black tax can be a honor that you're doing when it's honorable when you're doing it. It can be your responsibility when you're doing it, and it can be a burden. Yes. So we are going to discuss that into 3. Every time when you help your family member, you're taken through your sister's school, yes, you are feeling as if it was a task for you, because you're still taking care of yourself and trying to be financially stable. But after she finishes school and get a job, or probably you're helping your parent or whoever you are helping, and you can see the good results of that, is such a good thing that when you do it, it's such a good thing to feel. Right? So it's such a honorable thing for you to do. But let's look at it this way. For the person who is earning 20,000 shillings or 30,000 shillings in this country, and you're there trying to take care of your small family of 2 children and your wife, and trying very hard to budget, so that the money that is left, probably you can buy some shares, or you can be able to save, so that you can do a certain investment that can earn can get you more. Like you're trying to save for another source of income, so that at least you can have 2 sources of income, or probably you can set that business for your wife, so that she can be helping you with some of the bills that you have. It becomes a burden for most black families, but we cannot talk about it as a burden, because everyone in the society there is looking at us. Wewe ulisomeshwa na mama yako, amestruggle kukusomesha wazazi wako, or even you didn't have parents, so your grandmother put you in school, and now you're trying to tell them you cannot be able to help them. Everyone is going to look at you like you're the bad child. But imagine, it's not about being the bad child. It's because our economy, life is very expensive. The small coins that you're getting from your job can hardly sustain you as a person. So you have to look for other side hustles for you to be able to do that. So that's what I classify it. That I feel like people classify it as a burden. It also can be classified as a responsibility. If you are you have several siblings, and your parent, maybe they could only afford to take care of you or to take you to college, and then they're like, we are struggling to take you to college, so that at the end of it all, after you finish and get that job, you can take care of your siblings. I'm the product of that. And you feel responsible because they put you through school, they gave you everything that they had, but they cannot give that to the other siblings, because they no longer have. Maybe they have so many they have loans, they have debts that they incurred when you're schooling, but now it's your time to take care of your sibling. So it is your responsibility. So you take care of your sibling, and then once in a while, they are going to call you, your parent, and tell you, the rooftop is leaking, we need mabati, or our house is not good, we need a house, or do this and this and this, and you're still taking care of your sibling. So what happened to you as a person who is doing that? Your financial health continue to deteriorate. Kizungu, okay? So it continued to go down, because you can no longer sustain yourself. because you have other than. What are those things? Now, this is the most important part of this conversation. What are those things we as Black people who probably have been blessed with that job or with that hustle that can be able to take care of us? What are those things that we can be able to do to those siblings or to those parents or grandparents that we have left at home? We need to help them every week, every month. So this I talk about this because I am a product of Black taxation. So once sometimes last year I sat with my mom and I was like, what is that thing that you can do? What is that one thing that you can be able to do? Still, you're not going. She's getting old. In the next 10 years, she cannot even be able to go to the farm, okay? In the next 20 years, she will be completely depending on me or be depending on my sibling. And this is a woman that I feel should live like a princess. So for now, because I'm trying to take care of my finances or try to take care of my financial health so that I can be able to take care of her better in few years to come, what am I supposed to do? So I sat down with her and I was like, what is that thing that you can be able to do for yourself? Or we can be able to invest on so that you can be able to take care of yourself as I take care of other businesses. And probably once in a while, I can be able to take care of you, but not on every weekly basis. Don't get me wrong here, because there are those things. I'm trying to be financially stable. My financial health, I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying to work on my portfolio. And yeah, most young Black people, they're doing the same thing. They are trying to work on their portfolio so that they can be able to live a good life, so that they can be able to educate their kids and their kids will not be a product of Black taxation. So, and then she was like, I'm good. We can invest on a good milking kettle and milking cow, and I can be selling milk. And then I was like, that is good, because I feel like if you can invest 20 or 10,000 now, she can be able to depend on herself. That 200 shillings she's going to get from selling the milk, at the end of the month, that is 6,000. She has taken care of us, a small shopping, and probably she can pay 1 or 2 workers who are working on her farm, right? So what are those things that we can do, we Black people can be able to do if you have the means? If you have the means, even if you don't have the means, you can sacrifice. You say, this year I'm going to save at least 2,000, and by the end of the year I'll have 24,000, and that 24,000 I can be able to set up a small cereal shop for my mom. She can be selling from home, or from my grandmother, or from my sister, so that they can be independent. And the moment they become independent, you as a person, you will not be taking out money every month to take care of them. You don't have to give them fish every month. So teach them how to fish instead of giving them money. The takeouts, they will be there forever. But when you train someone on how to take care of themselves and they have that financial freedom for themselves, they are going to work on them and you are going to work on you. So there are very few things. Maybe I can give you 3. You can set a small shops. They can be selling, if they are comfortable, they are good in maths, they can be selling just a small shop for starters, and later continue building it pole for them so that they can be independent. You can set a small cereal shop. They can sell chicken. They can have chicken, and then later they can sell them at home. You can set up a cereal shop. They can be selling those mahindi marago to the people in the community. At the end of the day, they can be able to have that 500 shillings after every maybe a week or even a day. It all depends with how they can work it out. They can be milking cows. What are those things that you can be able to help them? So I feel for us Black children, for us to have our financial health, to be able to work on our financial health, we have to tackle this hard conversation that we have. For you as a man or a woman to have financial health, you have a good financial health in your home, between you and your husband and your kids. You have to have this hard conversation, like what are those things that we can be able to tackle so that every month you don't have to argue like you're taking money here and there, or you don't have to do it in secret, because most people actually do it in secret. So if we can be able to take care of our financials, small financial issues that we have, we cannot call it issue, but remember guys, not everyone in this country is blessed with a good job. Some of us, or some of the young people in this country, are struggling. So having that 2,000 shillings, taking it to the parent or giving them to the sibling, it means that when you give the 2,000 out at the end of the month, you will be borrowing. You go to your phone app and try and borrow money from those phone apps. And what do you have now? You have debts. You put yourself in debts. And by the time 1 year ends or 2 years end, you have continuous debt every now and then. Every month you have to tackle over that is what we call bad debts. We don't want bad debts, because the bad debts do not help us. They take money out of our pockets, but they don't bring anything. So at the end of the day, what are those things we can be able to do? Think of something that you can do. Think of something that you can help them out, because the moment you help them out, you'll be left alone, or you'll be left to take care of you and your family. So we need to sit down and have those hard conversations. And I hope somebody somewhere is going to be helped by this video, because black tax is real. And if you don't tackle them, if you pretend that you don't recognize black tax or black taxation, the society is judging you like that child who was educated by the mom or the dad. They made all the sacrifices in the world, and now you left your parent alone. Everybody will be seeing you as a devil. So I wish we can have good ways of taking care of our taxation and still have a good financial health or financial freedom. Until next time, have a blessed week.